and gentlemen, welcome to the second day of the 2022 preseason tournament here in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. It's a sunny day, much like yesterday. Today we have a double elimination tournament. Slippery Rock finishing first overall from yesterday, undefeated, didn't lose a set. We'll see if they can keep the train rolling here this afternoon against the Crawford Chargers. Good service there. Monica finds his way off Mary Grace front line by Katrina to bump that over the shoulder from the libero. Julia front line set top, right hand comes over, but not across. Brianna wanting to do over on that one. Of course, Crawford Christian Academy finished themselves 8th in the standings, and they'll have themselves a little bit of a wombo combo, if you will, to get past this first round. This second round, technically, for them. Juliana Toth service sends this one up and across from the back line. Finds the hands up and across. Mary Grace, Katrina, over to Monica, right down the near side lane. That one trickles out of bounds by a small amount. Hits the corner between the wall and the flooring. 1-1's our score. Abriana with the service, number 6 from Crawford. And that's a little confliction between the line judge and the referee. Lou concedes the facts to the line judge, and we have ourselves an out-of-bounds ball. 2-1. Good service by Abriana. Juliana Toth, front row, Katrina, set down Center Avenue. Ellie with a nice spot down in the near side line. She makes it count. 2-2's our score, I believe. Mary Grace's service sends this one up and across from Natalie. Good diving play there by Lydia, and that one's finalized off the bat by Julia. Katrina near side. Monica with a nice right hander comes across the bow, scores! And there goes the lead back for the Panthers. Because of how close the wall is to the line backside, the servers are allotted 1 step across the line to get their serve off, not one more, not one less. I guess you could just stand still and do it if you so wish, but players are allotted that 1 extra step. Trio with a nice back set. Right hand comes from Ellie, and off the 2 players in the back line, Julia and Brianna by name. And just take the lead by 2, 4-2. Good service there by Mary Grace, goes off Abriana, finding its way off the hands of Abby. With a nice right-hander, comes up and across was Maddie Henry. Katrina, Monica, right hand, nice stop. A good tip there from the front blocking line. Abriana keeps us in the fray. Nice try over the shoulder, but Maddie just not quite able to get the ball on the forearm. 5 for the Panthers, 2 for the Chargers. Good service there across the netting. Wanting the final say. I think Abriana got her hand in their timeout by the Crawford Chargers. 6 for the Panthers, 2 for the Chargers. We'll be right back after the break. Alrighty, both teams ready to rock and roll. Winner of this best of 3 will go on to play Portersville in the winner's semifinals. The loser goes down to the first round of the losers bracket to fight against Mentor Crusaders. And just picking up a point on that service on return by Mary Grace. Mary Grace picking up the loose holes, picking up the slack on this team here this tournament. Really proving a name for herself so far. Libero, Julia, not quite ready for that one. Thought it might have been Natalie there in the back right corner, but communication is everything in a game like this. And there's lead 8-2. Good touch topside. Natalie with a right-hander comes to the back. A diving play by Juliana Toth, but not able to come away with the ball. And the Chargers get themselves right back in the saddle, 8-3. So they trail. Julia onto the bench, onto the court. Goes Olivia Newmer to play the front line. Nice right-handed service there by number 14, Taylor France. Katrina with a dump off. Nice control there by Abby. Throwing that one back to the Panther paint. Katrina with a set right hand comes across from Monica, and that's a little too far-fetched to be believable. 4-8, Chargers getting back in it. Taylor Francis service, back line, cut live by Mary Grace. Katrina, far side out to Ellie Hendricks with a nice right-hander across, and she scores. Panthers pick up point number 9 at the end of that one. Julia back to the back line. Play the libero position and spot of Taylor Francis, number 14. Here's Ellie Hendricks, number 0. For the Panthers with a nice right-handed service. Abriana front line, nice bump top take. Natalie with a right hand, a little too hot, a little too heavy, and that one hits the back wall. Substitution called. Looks like number 4, Maddie Henry onto the bench, and into the front line is number 11, Lydia. I'm not going to butcher her last name. It looks like chicken scratch on my piece of paper. That's on me. Good send off there to the Panthers side. Ellie finds Katrina. Backside, top side, looking for Taylor Hendricks, and she makes it across, but it's set. Referee Lou says that one's outside the candy canes, and the point will go to the red team. Chargers now at 5, Panthers at 10. Here's number 11, Lydia, to serve this one up for the Chargers. Good right-handed service, shallow, kept alive by Monica Depew. Monica Depew not playing yesterday. Izzy Filson taking her spot in the lineup. Played a good game yesterday, but she's not around for this run of the belt. Monica filling in the gaps. Looking pretty solid so far today. Taylor Hendricks with a nice send across. Julia, top side, looking for Natalie with a send. And Katrina with a nice block. They put cheese and crackers on that one just to add to the flavor. 11-5. Panthers take the lead by one more. Monica's service, shallow, hits the net, scores! And that's just a fortunate bounce if you ask me. Not sure if tactical, not sure if it wasn't. We'll say it was. We'll move on. 12-5. Panthers lead. Monica with a nice right-handed service. Goes off to the near side. Natalie with a secondary. Gets that one back into the fray. Good right-hander there by Olivia to the back line. And that's out of bounds. Panthers now lead it by 8. 5-13. Monica Depew with a nice service. Goes off Abriana into the wall, and it's now 14. During the first 2 sets, we played at 21. First team to claim the point gets the W. And if we does go into a game 3, we will play to 11. No winning by 2. We just play volleyball. Right-hander comes across. Good service right to Abriana. Natalie with a secondary. Gets this one back in. Katrina just making sure it doesn't get across the border. And the Panthers pick up point number 15 because of it. Monica Depew to serve it up again. Nice right-hander, crisp across. Goes off Olivia. Right hand comes up, but not across. Olivia Newmer wanting a redo on that one. And the Chargers will be taking their second time out here for the first set in their final one. 16 Panthers, 5 Chargers. We'll be back after the break. Alrighty, both sides ready to rock, ready to roll. Back here in the first set in this best of 3. It's the second round of the winners bracket. Some call it the winners quarterfinals. Slippery Rock got the first seed coming out of yesterday, so they got a bye into the winners quarterfinals alongside the Grove City Christian Academy's Eagles, I believe. Nice right-hander by Katrina. Abriana with a touch, and that goes into the bench. And the Panthers pick up another point. 17-5. Good service by Monica. Abriana finds her front line into the netting, and that's a hard spot for Lydia. That's Grove City across the court there. Sounds like they're having a pretty alright game. 18-5, Panthers lead it. The ball is stuck into the puddle. There's a little bit of a wet spot over there. Don't know if you can see it from this angle, but they had a towel out here mopping it up before the games. 18-5 right now the score. Panthers lead it. And, well, there's some sticky substance on the ball. It's much like baseball, making sure the pitchers aren't using tar, blah, 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 blah. 18-5, Panthers lead. Here's the service from Monica. Good service across. Abriana looking front line. The touch by Lydia. Right in from Natalie comes across. Taylor, Katrina, back to Juliana with a nice tip over, and she finds that right in the mouse hole. That's a tough window to hit. She pulled it off. 19-5. Panthers 2 away from closing us out here in the first game. Monica Depew's service. And that finds a gap. That's something we don't see too often. It's only happened 3 times for the Panthers so far this tournament, that being the 3rd. Match point Panthers. Good service there by Monica. Top side from Lydia, and that's finalized by Olivia Newmer. Katrina, top side. Taylor Hendricks sips it across, goes off the block. Diving play by Abriana, and that one's sent over to the Panthers. Katrina with a slap. Kept alive by Olivia. Natalie with a finishing touch. Katrina, Ellie, top on the right, goes down. Oh, nice diving play by Lydia, but not quite able to grab that one up at the end of the day. 21-5. Panthers take home game number 1. We'll be right back with game 2. Alrighty, both teams ready to rock, ready to roll down here for game 2 in this best of 3. We're playing at 21. If it goes into a game 3, we play to 11. First team to claim the point gets the win. We are not playing win by 2. Looking to keep the day shorter. Hoping to go home before 11 p.m. here tonight. Juliana Toth service, shallow. Returned by Lydia. Monica finds Katrina. Back down center avenue. Ellie Hendricks here unloads. Nice control there by Lydia. Bounce back line. Finalizer by Natalie. Just clear of the netting to the Panthers side. Ellie, Katrina sets straight up. Ellie with the right hand comes down off the blocker. Or off the hand of Julia O'Day on the back line. And that one meets the wall promptly after. 1-0. Panthers lead here in game 2. Good service by Juliana Toth. Goes off Natalie. Diving play by number 17, Abby Newmer, and that one comes across off the third touch. Katrina, Monica, right hand across, finds a way. I don't know how her spirals get into the ball, but it sure does have an effect in this game. Second time, just trickling that one up and across the pond. 2-0, Panthers lead. Juliana Toth, the captain this season, going to serve this one up, sporting the number 1 in royal blue. Off the right, goes deep, goes off Natalie. Finds a hand by Abby Newmer, top side, and Natalie bumps that one across to the Panthers territory. Katrina, Natalie with her right, finds the gap. Lydia tries as she must, but it's 3-0 now. Yesterday, during pool play, the Panthers took on the junior varsity team, the B team of the Crawford Chargers. And, well, if you want to look at that one, go back yesterday. I don't really feel like I need to tell you what happened. Given the Panthers' undefeated run. 4-0, right now the score here and now. Panthers looking to run this one up while they can. Keep the momentum rolling, some might even say. Good return there. Natalie just throws that one back up. Beautiful play by Natalie. Just trying everything in her arsenal. Throwing it at the wall, seeing what sticks. Good dump off there off the front line. Ellie, Katrina tips it up and across from the back line. Maddie looking for a little help by Lydia. And that one's finalized across the netting by Abby, and that is out of bounds. Panthers picking up another point, tallying on their 5th of the match. Good service there by Todd. Goes off Lydia. Front line back to the Panthers paint. Monica, Katrina, back over to Monica. Looking to slap that one across with a stick of her. Diving play in the back line by Maddie. Not able to get that one squared up in time. 6-0. Panthers lead. Timeout by the Crawford Chargers. We'll be right back after the break. Alrighty, both teams fired up, ready to rock, ready to roll. Back in game 2. Panthers lead at 6-0. Chargers looking for one right now. Juliana Toth, service going off Natalie. Looking for the dump off. Denial by Ellie Hendricks. And the cross of the line is called by referee Lou up in the stand. 7-0. Panthers lead it. Good service there by Toth. Goes off Natalie. Top side. Trying to get this one back in the fray. Is outside the candy cane. Even if it did land in bounds. It was close though. Taylor France, the final point of contact on that play. Good service there by Toth. Gets this one down right back into the frame. Good stotch there. Way to set up the roadblock. Taking the toll booth. Looks like there will be a substitution. Ellie Hendricks, final point of contact that last play. Good block there. Looks like Natalie going to be sitting on the bench. Don't know if I agree with that decision, but we will see how this one transpires. Juliana Toth with a nice right-handed service right down the upright. 16, finding a hand on this one. Abby, helping hand there to the deep, and that's in bounds. Taylor Hendricks going to beat herself up about that one a little bit. Chargers find themselves on the board. Starting the comeback run here and now. Abby Newmer's service deep, out of bounds. Here's Mary Grace, number 12, serving up the 10-1 game. Good right-handed service up and across, goes off 16 front line, looking for the dump off. Not able to get enough on that one was Abby Newmer on the front line. A lot of ones on the board. It's 11-1. Good service there by Mary Grace. Goes off 16 top side. Referee Lou gets involved in the play. Panthers picking up another point, making this one 12-1. Good service by Mary Grace. Diving play down to the near side. And not a second touch on that one. Chargers looking a little frazzled right now. Just need a little bit of a confidence boost. Get a few points on the board by any means necessary. 16 back onto the bench. Natalie going back onto the court after a little pep talk on the bench. See if it does any good. Good back set. Very, very strange. Very unethical. I don't know if that's the right terminology. But wow, that was... I like the thought process. Getting creative out there. unorthodox is the word I was looking for, not non-ethical. That's not sport ball terms. Chargers just looking for any amount of momentum right now. 15-1. Panthers just walking away with the lead right now. Wanting to get this one in the bag. Go back to the tent and talk about it. Natalie, top side, looking for Abby. Into the netting, and that's called. She was careful not to cross the line, but shoulders into the net. Referee Lou doesn't miss that many times out of the day. Good try, right across to the Panthers side. Monica Katrina looking for Ellie down between the uprights. Good stop there by Lydia. Right back to the center. Abby top side, right in from Abriana. Stop by Ellie. And Natalie will send that one back to the Panthers side just for a little saving grace and a little breath of fresh air. Ellie with a good right-hander comes across a few touches, and what a recovery by the Chargers. Katrina near side. Monica with a right-hander comes down. Lydia finds his way forward, and that one will be sent into the wall off the fist of Maddie. 17-1 Panthers. Feeling good about it. Mary Grace with a nice send, and that one goes right between the cracks. That one ricochet off the wall and out. 18-1. Mary Grace with another serve. 3 points away. Panthers looking to get this one done early. Lydia goes off Abby. Abriana with the final say, and that one's a little out of bounds. 19 now for the Panthers. Mary Grace service deep. Played by Natalie. Clear the ceiling. Goes off Abby. Top side. Right hand from Maddie. Comes up and across. Applied by Mary Grace. Katrina back into the fray. Right hand comes up and across by Monica Depew. Maddie just looking to catch the defense, sleeping on the near side, had an opening, just wasn't quite able to beat the net on that one. Good thought process, but we saw what happened. Good serve up and across, goes off to the near side. Abriana with a touch, and that will hit the wall, and that will end this matchup. Slippery Rock will be going on to play Portersville Christian School's very own Warriors in the winter semifinals, and the Crawford Chargers will have to play against Mentor down in losers bracket, but they still got a chance to come back. We'll see what happens here. Thank you for tuning into the broadcast here on the Slippery Rock Sports Network. My name is Gabriel Eisner. Hopefully, we'll see you in the next broadcast.